I'm Terry J. Walker, and right here, this is my superstar, social media sidekick, Mr. Bailey Bob. And we're bringing to you a new show streaming on Mupo Entertainment called the I Am Power Hour, where everyone has a song to sing, a story to tell, and having to follow their passion to have the courage to rise and thrive. Could you be one of our next interviews as we all work together to bring love, light, unity, and connection to one another, and again, to have the courage to rise and thrive? Join me on the I Am Power Hour streaming on Mupo Entertainment. Let them cross. Let them watch this. We're going to work on it. Back here on the mountain, and Mandy's getting back to her roots.
Roll, Allie. Yakety yak.
Hello, and welcome to the I Am Power Hour with me, Terry J. Walker, and my social media superstar sidekick. That's Mr. Bailey Bob. He's laying over there because we're doing a Zoom because I had to go all the way out there. That's right, to California. Anyway, we have a very special show for you today, and I want to just give you a little hint about it. Abuse, abandonment, and neglect. Unfortunately, these things are happening in our world today. But on the other side of that, there are actually people who don't sit around and just talk about it, but actually get out there and make a difference. You know, the tagline for the show is the courage to rise and thrive. And we're going to meet someone today who saw a need and stepped up to the plate by asking, what can I do? How can I help? And so she did. You're also going to meet a pet who was near death, abused, and neglected, but had the will to live and the courage to rise and thrive by having and being given love, support, care, and even proper nutrition. So this story has a very happy ending, but don't you go away, because we'll be right back after this message. Welcome back to the I Am Power Hour. Today, we are talking about the courage to rise and the power of love and support and the profound effect it has on any and all of us. So welcome to the show, and I'm going to bring to you my beautiful, beautiful long-lost friend all the way out there in California, Maggie Hope. Maggie, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here. Thank you.
I'm so glad to see you. It's been a long time. We've known each other for a while.
Been too long.
Too long. But you're out there in California now, stepping up to the plate, saw a need, and asked the question, what can I do? How can I help? And what are you doing? Tell us.
Rescuing mini pigs, trying to save them one at a time.
One at a time. Well, you know, that's sometimes all we can do, but mini pigs. Tell us, why mini pigs and what's so special about mini pigs?
Well, my family and I were traveling in an RV. It was 2 adults, a kid, and a cat is how we started out. We acquired along the way 2 marmoset monkeys, which were super awesome, super cool little babies. They've since passed away. But then wife and daughter wanted to get a mini pig. I was the one that said, no, we do not need a mini pig traveling in an RV all over the United States. What's wrong with you two? So as always, I caved in and said, okay, let's go meet this little pig. She was the runt of her litter, pink with black spots, cutest little thing ever. So went and met her. They put her in my arms and I was done. Absolutely done. Fell head over heels in love with her. Within the first hour that we had her, because I said, yes, we can take her, she peed on me within the first hour. We went into PetSmart. Okay. And I am guilty. We did not do our research when we got our first pig. I didn't understand their specific needs. Didn't understand, all of the issues around so many mini pigs, breeders telling people that they're going to stay 50 pounds. The micro mini teacup mini pig myth. We bought into it. Okay. So we took her to PetSmart. I'm carrying her. She starts screaming. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I had no clue. So I took her outside because I don't know if anybody's ever heard a pig scream. They're quite loud. So I took her outside. I'm in the parking lot and I'm bouncing her and holding her. And all of a sudden the whole front of me was wet. So we bonded from that moment. I was hers. She totally marked me. So we continued to travel for another 6 months with her. And once we landed, we finally landed in Livermore, California, and rented a house there because we knew we wanted land. We weren't sure exactly where we wanted to be. So we landed there for a little while and started doing more and more research about mini pigs and understanding that, they're herd animals. She needed a buddy. So long-term goal was to buy property and we were going to get her a friend. So we found a really cool place in Valley Springs, California, which is where we are now. Mm-hmm. Found a house that we were like, okay, we can do this. Came in and checked it out. Wasn't 100% sold on it. And I walked to the back of the house and I looked outside the back and I could see all the pasture areas from the house. And I was like, okay, totally sold on it. So we adopted our second pig, Peter. And Pity was my first girl. We adopted Peter, and before I could fly down to Southern California to pick him up to bring him home, I got a phone call from a sanctuary in SoCal who found out we got property. I came back with too many pigs. 2 days later, I get a phone call from a shelter that's about 3 hours north of us in Lake County. A mini pig had been surrendered there and they were going to euthanize her in 2 days if I didn't take her. Wow. Shelters are not equipped to take care of them. They don't understand their needs. They don't understand what to feed them. They don't have the proper housing. They don't have the proper vet care. So of course we took her in. And then from there, every other day we were getting contacted. Hey, can you take this pig? Hey, can you help out with this? Hey, can you help out with that? So somebody threw a gremlin in the ocean. Now we have almost 60 mini pigs.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 60 mini pigs. And so now you have created this rescue, if you will.
I have. So as I continue to do my research and we continue to get more and more phone calls in, and I started understanding, the needs and the issues on a larger scale, I knew that, we needed to develop something here that would help for education, that would provide sanctuary for pigs, where I could help in the adoption process with identifying, proper families, proper environments, those types of things. And so then the birth of Pig Love Co. So that was in August of 2018. And we continued to say, okay, we're going to have a dozen pigs. That's going to be our limit. Then it went to 15, then it was 20. Then again, we have 60 now.
Wow. And that, and pigs aren't for everyone. And obviously this is happening on a widespread scale. And so there's a lot to know about, you don't just, Well, you need to know a lot about any pet that you're going to get, and especially if you have a family, whether it's a dog or a cat or an exotic pet, especially, and of course a pig, because everything is cute when it's little, but
Mhm.
there is work required for this, and there's love, and there's care, and there's nurturance. And so, with that being said, we're going to talk about some of the things that we need to know about if we're considering a mini pig and all of the things that you're doing with Pig Love Company. So we're going to be right back after this message. Welcome back to the I Am Power Hour with Maggie Hope and her company, the founder of Pig Love Co. And we're going to get into a little bit more about what does it take? What are some things that we need to be educated on if we're considering getting a mini pig?
The first and foremost that people run into issues with is zoning. Not every city allows mini pigs. Most of them, they are considered livestock. A lot of cities have a weight requirement. Mini pigs range anywhere from 75 to 150 pounds. Some cities say that you can have them as long as they stay 50 pounds. Again, the mini pig, teacup mini pig myth. They don't stay that small. That's an anomaly. I have, like I said, I have 60. I have some outliers that are under the 75. And then I have some that are over 150 up to 250 pounds. So zoning is huge. So anybody that comes to us for adoption, that's the first thing that we tell them to think about and to check with your city. The second thing, environment is huge. You have to have proper environment for them. You have to have a shelter for them. Fencing is important because they're very curious. They like to roam. If you don't have proper fencing, they're going to get out, and they're going to cause a lot of problems with your neighbors because pigs like to root. Don't plan on having a nice manicured yard if you have a pig. They root. We first moved into our house. The backyard was beautiful. Within about a month, it looked like an atomic bomb went off.
Oh, wow.
It did. It was just dirt everywhere.
Yeah.
Another huge thing is nutrition. And that's one of the things that we really focus on a lot. You have underfeeding and you have overfeeding. Sometimes breeders will tell you to underfeed your pig to keep them small. And what I always say to people, would you underfeed your human child to keep them small? No, you wouldn't. It causes all kinds of medical problems. It shortens the life of the pig. It's horrific to see an underfed mini pig. The flip side is obesity. You have to understand what mini pigs eat. They eat mini pig pellets. They do not eat cat food. They do not eat dog food. Those two are high in salt content, and salt toxicity is a big thing with mini pigs. They can die really quickly from salt toxicity.
Because they don't sweat.
They don't. Pigs do not sweat. That was going to be my next thing. They have to have access to a swimming pool, a muddy pit. People think of pigs as dirty. Pigs are actually clean. The first piggy that we had, Pitty, she was an indoor-outdoor pig. So she had her own bedroom, and her room was cleaner than my teenage daughter's, always. Pigs don't smell. A lot of people think that they're smelly. If you don't pick up their poop, yes, it's smelly. So it's just like any other animal, you keep their area nice and clean. But pigs do not sweat, so they actually wallow in mud and cover themselves in mud, and that regulates their body temperature.
Right.
Shade from the sun, protection from the elements, cold, hot, rain, those types of things. Another huge thing that's important is pigs have to have an alpha. And this is one of the things that we run into with families. They're herd animals. If they don't have a buddy, which is super important for them to have one of their own, but if they don't, and they're the only pig in the family, you become their herd. They will fight you for alpha position. It is a very typical thing that pigs will challenge young kids or older people. And when pigs challenge, they can become pretty assertive. And some people think of it as aggressive behavior. They can charge at you, they can swipe at you. So really understanding what that means and understanding that there has to be that structure in their family, and adhering to that and making sure that they understand the rules, because they are very, very smart. It's like having a toddler for 20 years.
Exactly. And they do have a pretty long lifespan if they're taken care of and maintained with good health. And just like any animal or any child, you know, we've got to take care of them, and we've got to give them love, and we've got to give them proper nutrition and proper care and food, and surround them with love and caring and encouragement, just like any animal. And these are the things that you are finding that has, you know, pigs that have been surrendered, people can't take care of them, people who have abused and neglected them.
Mhm.
And you have a very, very special story that I've followed now for what, probably close to 2 years, maybe.
Awesome.
And you have a very, very special story, Miss Sophia, who I have fallen in love with over the course of time, and watching her journey and what you have done to help her to have the will and the courage to live and survive. And I want my audience, our audience here today, to find out and to understand just exactly what love, kindness, support can do for anyone or anything. And Miss Sophia, I want to hear about her, and you want to hear about this story, because it truly is the will to live. We'll be right back after this message. Welcome back to the I Am Power Hour with me and Maggie Hope, who is the founder of Pig Love Co. And we'll find out more about how you can get in touch with her at the end of this show. But in the meantime, I want to hear, and I want my audience to hear about this beautiful journey with Miss Sophia. Who is Miss Sophia? Tell us about her and tell us what happened.
Miss Sophia is an amazing, beautiful, beautiful piggy. As I always will do, Facebook, social media, I'm always trolling to see, you know, what pigs have the highest need and how can I help? And I was trolling Facebook one day and saw this post about Sophia. Sophia was a pig that was living in Fremont, California, in a garage. She was 2 years old, had never been outside, was morbidly obese, and was morbidly obese because her family failed to do their research. She was being fed dog food, bread, graham crackers, peanut butter, just everything that you should never, ever, ever feed a pig. Again, she was 2 years old when she was in need of rescue. Animal control had been alerted. They had gone to the house, and they said that if rescue could not be found for her, they were going to euthanize her because she was in such bad shape. She could not walk because she was so obese. She would move around on her knees. When she did move around, her skin was pulled so tight, it was almost splitting. It was just horrific. So I saw Miss Sophia. The original plan was that she was going to be transported from Fremont, California, all the way down to Arizona, which would have been several hours in a vehicle. She would not have made it. She was in such bad shape. So how can I help? Bring Sophia to me. I have the amazing video footage of when she was rescued from that garage floor. It took 6 people to coax her onto a tarp. The 6 people lifted her into the van. And again, it was just such a struggle for her to even get onto that tarp. She was, lifted into the van, secured. They drove her from Fremont to our place in Valley Springs, which was about an 1.5-hour drive. Got her here, opened the van doors, and there she was. She was the biggest pig I had ever seen, biggest mini pig I'd ever seen. We ended up doing the calculations of her weight because we couldn't get her on a scale. She was at 400 pounds, 2 years old. Opened the van doors, coaxed her out. It took quite a while to get her out. It was just so difficult for her to even move. Got her under a tree, sat down beside her, and we bonded immediately. She was the sweetest pig. She had every reason in the world to be unhappy, to be aggressive, to just lash out. And at no point in time did she ever. Just was the sweetest little girl. So our journey began then. Obviously, we needed hoof care immediately. Her hooves had never been trimmed, which enhanced her inability to be able to walk on top of all the weight. An obese mini pig develops arthritis. Pigs develop arthritis as they age. So you're looking at, a pig 15 to 20 years old, they're going to have arthritis. She was 2. Her joints were so swollen. It was terrible. So we immediately identified nutrition needs for her. We immediately identified, originally we put her on pain medication, just to get her through so we could assess exactly what we were dealing with. She didn't move much at all. Anytime that we had to transition her in and out of the sun or anywhere, we would have to actually go around her, pick her up, and walk with her so she could relocate from area to area. She would lay and go to the bathroom. She didn't get up to use the bathroom. Just horrible, horrible conditions. After about a month of being here, though, and being on proper nutrition, proper hoof trim, lots of encouragement, she started moving around a little bit more. We would tweak her nutrition plan. Finally got a really solid nutrition plan, proper pig pellets, vegetables, good vegetables too, better vegetables than I eat myself. Like, I would not ever feed her anything I wouldn't bring into my house and eat myself and prepare for my family myself. Developed a solid nutrition plan. Supplements, we were able to take her off of all of her prescription meds pretty quickly, using natural holistic supplements. And the journey began. That was June of 2019 is when she came. And we just saw the weight slowly coming off. The more weight that came off, the more mobile she became. Once she became mobile, it started dropping quick. She lost 100 pounds the first year.
Oh, wow.
Which was really cool. And I attribute that to mostly nutrition. That was the huge step for her. And then once she started feeling better, she started moving around more, that exercise, again, the proper hoof care, encouragement, her being around other pigs. So being around others of her own kind and seeing what she was supposed to do. She didn't have an understanding of how she was supposed to be because she had never been around other pigs and she had been locked in a garage her whole life.
She'd never even really been outdoors.
No, had not. Yeah, we had to lather her with sunscreen because her skin was so sensitive. Like, I use so much Walmart Equate sunscreen. She looked like a little white pig. I would just coat it all over her. And yeah, we were able to get her through that first year. And, fast forward to June of 2022. We were just blown away at the weight loss. I was hopeful to get her to 150 pounds because she has not been spayed yet. It is very, very important to spay and neuter, but definitely spay because female pigs can develop uterine tumors. So we
Nice.
knew that that was something that was really important for us to give back to Sophia so she could live, her best life. My goal was to get her down to 150 pounds. Weighed her in June 2020, 121.1 pounds.
Oh, I think I almost guessed it. I was close because you had a
I
guess
did. I
thing. And I
did.
think I said somewhere around under 130, like
Yep.
128, something, I think. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's true. I've been following her, and it is just an amazing transition of where she was. I mean, she didn't even probably have much of she had to have a will to live.
Oh, she
But
did.
thank God that you took this project on, because it's been a project and it's not been, an overnight fix. It's not been a fix in a month. It's been an ongoing job and transition. And I'm sure she's taught you a thing or two as well.
She has taught me a tremendous amount of patience because I like things to happen quickly. I do not like when my pigs are in pain. I do not like for them to want for anything. And it was tough. Watching her struggle initially, it was really tough.
Yeah.
And then, it was really important to us for her to be integrated in with other pigs. And one thing that people don't know about pigs, when you introduce new pigs, they fight. 99.9% of the time they fight. So that was a challenge for me because I didn't want to see her fight. Because another one of the things that happens when you have an obese pig is they become fat blind. So the pockets above their eyes, they get these fat pockets above their eyes, and it just presses down and it obstructs their vision.
Yeah.
And it makes them feel scared. And pigs are prey instinctually. So they lash out because they're always afraid of, something that is going to harm them. With Sophia, her pads above her eyes has receded and she's functional now. We actually considered doing the surgery to remove those, but it's not necessary now because it's receded so much and she's functional, and it's an unnecessary surgery. So we're really pleased with that. But yeah, she's taught me a lot, and just her will to just love everybody. I mean, she's just the sweetest, and she cuddles, and she's great with kids. Kids come and she flops over for a belly rub. And it's just been great for me too, to be able to develop her nutrition plan, because not only have we been able to save her and help her to live her best life, we have pigs all over the US that are on Sophia's nutrition plan. We have pigs internationally that are on Sophia's nutrition plan, seeing the results. And just here at our sanctuary, we have 2 other pigs that have benefited from it. And so then we had the birth of Pig Love Co Nutrition Camp. And so we have 2 campers in our sanctuary, in our nutrition camp now. And all of this is because of Sophia.
Yeah. So she's brought about information that you've had to learn, things you've had to do, patience, if you will. And I know neither one of us are very good with that. But the thing about it is, she's taught you to help you, to help others in an effort to help her kind, her brothers and sisters in pig world, if you will. And that is a great gift of how things can come together and then begin to grow and expand.
Yeah.
All because.
And showing families that even though they've made mistakes with nutrition, showing them that it is possible to rectify that.
Yeah.
It is possible. You don't just dump them, because and that's what's happened with a lot of pigs. I've done a lot of consultations with families that were considering surrendering their pigs, and after having the conversation and giving them the education and walking them through proper nutrition, proper environment, proper care, they've been able to maintain their pig and reduce their weight and get them back to living their best life and get them healthy. So that's been cool.
What a wonderful, wonderful story. And Miss Sophia started it all. How about that? We are going to be right back after this message because we can't just leave you hanging here. We're going to give you some more information about how you can help as well. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Welcome back to the I Am Power Hour with my special guest, Maggie Hope. And we just heard a beautiful, beautiful story. Maggie, you just about brought tears to my eyes over Miss Sophia. But I always love happy endings. And I am so grateful that she is now thriving and also in her own way, through you, has helped and beginning to help and continuing to help other pigs who may be obese across the nation. Maggie, tell my audience how we can help you to help these pigs.
Oh, goodness. Educating yourself, firstly.
There you go.
Understanding the myth and just recognizing that pigs aren't really different from us. They are actually very, very similar to us. Their body makeup is very similar to ours. Yeah. And if you think about what you would do to maintain a healthy lifestyle, it's exercise, it's nutrition, it's hydration, it's, holistic supplements that are going to be, beneficial to you, things that you would do for yourself to maintain a healthy lifestyle. That's the exact same thing that you would need if you had a pig. People need to understand that they don't eat table scraps. The myth of eat like a pig is it's a myth. They will eat anything. They absolutely will eat anything. They should not. I will eat anything, but I should not. So just educating people, directing people to, sanctuaries and rescues. We have a lot of people that come and volunteer, which is really cool. And volunteering, picking up poop is a huge one. But one of the most important things for our guys too is learning about their nutrition and helping with that nutrition plan, helping with their exercise routine, helping with their environment, and belly rubs. Belly rubs are huge, huge. Socializing pigs. Pigs are very, very social. If you don't socialize them, they become little monsters. So we have a lot of people that come and do educational tours, which is really cool. We have a lot of school groups. Actually, at the end of August, 1st of September, we haven't confirmed a date yet, but I have a group of 35 Girl Scouts coming.
Oh, wow. And beautiful.
They're coming to volunteer. They're coming to become educated so they can go out into the community and educate. That's just one we have coming up. We've had 4-H groups. We have special interest groups, families that are interested in adopting a pig. That's the biggest thing for someone who's interested in adopting any animal. You should go and learn about them first. We have people that actually sponsor some of our pigs. Monthly sponsorships are really helpful because their feed bill per month is about $650 for all of our pigs. That's not including, the vegetables, the supplements. We have 12 pigs that are on CBD twice a day. CBD is awesome. And I'm going to go ahead and give a tag out for my CBD company right now. Green Compass CBD. I have tried so many different brands of CBD, and this one is the most cost efficient and the most effective. And I use human grade, so it's good for humans, it's good for pigs. It has been the best thing for any joint issues that my guys have had. So with all that, those things are quite costly. we do try to do contests like we did with Sophia's weight. We
Yeah.
try to do raffles, we try to do auctions, things like that. We have a lot of people also that are interested in helping out, and they call the feed store and make a donation to the feed store. Hey, we want to buy, X amount of feed per month. So all of those things are hugely, important for us. It takes a village. It does. We have a lot of people that follow us and support us that are part of our village, and they may not be zoned for a pig. And again, that's where the sponsorship comes in.
Right.
They want to be able to help out and follow along, even come out and spend time, with their pig that they sponsor. So, things like that are huge. But, the more that we get out, the more that we educate, it's been huge for Pig Love Co. And it's really helped us just kind of explode, and people know our name now. That's both good and bad, because I get phone calls every day. I need to rehome my pig. I'm like, wait, what can I do to help you not have to do that? But it's been a true blessing that I got my first pig, and she peed on me, and we bonded, and it's just exploded into something just really cool, and I'm really, really passionate about it, and just getting out there in the community so people understand how incredible these guys are, how smart they are. We talked about it. They're becoming more and more emotional support animals. There's one pig, she's in San Francisco airport all the time. And she walks through in her little vest. And there's another pig, his name is Eddie the pig. I can't remember which state he's in, but he goes to schools all the time and does education. And he's an certified emotional support pig. We've done a lot of parades. We've done a lot of school events. A lot of people have never touched a pig, and get to interact and spend time with them, and they get to see how cool they are, and how affectionate and loving they are. So just get that word out there. Pigs are awesome. Pigs are friends, not food. Adopt, don't shop. Nutrition matters. We've got all these hashtags.
And nutrition matters for everybody. It matters for any pet. It matters for us as human beings having this physical experience on this journey. So that's hugely, hugely important. So, and pigs aren't the only thing that's ever been abused and neglected, but the fact is, and there's children, and there's people, and there are people in abusive situations, but a kind word, love, support, encouragement, and help.
Absolutely.
That's what you're doing. And that overrides to begin to help anyone to have the courage to rise and thrive. And you're doing that, Maggie. And I am grateful that you were willing to come on here on the I Am Power Hour to tell us about mini pigs, to help educate us about these mini pigs, and to tell us the story of the courage to rise and thrive, even through Miss Sophia. This has been an absolutely wonderful show. Maggie, if somebody wants to follow along, if someone wants to get to know you better or connect, or if someone wants to make a donation, or they want to come out for even an educational tour, because you do those as well, how do they do this? How do they find out?
I'm going to give you my sign off blurb that I do every day, because we actually do live feed for breakfast and dinner with another one of our pigs that we have here every day. Our sign off is follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, because we are funny and educational. Our website is pigloveco.org, where we love the snout. We are Walter Strong is the dude that we do every morning and every night. Everything you can find us, it's Pig Love Co, PIGLUVCO. We try to post every day. Our website, again, we are in the process though of revising our website. We're trying to get out of the dinosaur ages, and we're putting all of our forms, and we're going to put our calendar so people can come on and sign up for educational tours. We are by appointment only, because we are still, mom and pop in it. So we do have to go out off the farm on occasion to run errands and things like that. But yeah, we're going to make everything electronic so we can make it super user friendly. My phone number is on the website. Our email is on the website. You can call me, you can text me. And again, we just love to get people out here. We love showing people what we do. We love educating people. It's important to stop the madness with the explosion of mini pigs and people neglecting, abandoning, abusing them, not understanding what they're getting themselves into. Anytime we get a chance to, give somebody some insight into that, we're happy to, for sure.
Well, I'm a true advocate of LNT, and you've heard this on many of my shows. And LNT simply means learn new things, have the willingness to learn new things. Before you jump into something, learn more about it.
Yep.
Whether it's any kind of an animal or any kind of a pet that you want to bring into your household, learn more about it. But also with this too, and I've seen, and I did want to make this little shot and disclaimer that, and you did mention, pigs are very, very smart.
They are.
And they are now also being utilized for assisted living nursing homes with Alzheimer's patients. They're being utilized as emotional therapy for, just like dogs are being done that way. But pigs are also doing that. But we want to make sure that we are aware and we have a better understanding about this breed and how and if we are a good fit. And you help people to decide that too, because not only that, you also will allow fostering, right?
Yes, we do.
Fostering back.
We do. Yeah, we do allow fostering, which is a really cool thing. Pigs are very emotional. So transitioning them from place to place to place, bonding them with pigs that they're not going to stay with, that's also really tough on them. So fostering has been a really, really nice alternative to them coming to sanctuary. Lots of people reach out, short-term foster, long-term foster. It's worked out really, really well. I do have a funny story. Can I share?
Yes, please.
You were talking about how smart pigs are. So my first pig, Pitty,
the one that peed on you.
No, yes, the one that peed on me, my little turkey. We just recently lost her, but we won't talk about that. She had a brain lesion, and we just lost her. She was funny. So she knew where her treat drawer was. She would open it with her nose, peer into her treat drawer, look back at us like, is somebody going to give me a treat? We would tell her to close it. She would look back at us again, and then she would close it. So we knew she was really, really smart. So that was before we moved out to the farm. So we moved out here, and we had a small herd. It was Sophia's herd in the backyard in the fenced in area. And I had kept Sophia up here close to me because of her special needs. So I was down in the big field one day doing my sanitation duties, also known as poop pickup. I look up at the back of the house and I'm like, wait, why is the sliding glass door open? Came up here, Pitty had suctioned her nose to the door, slid it open, and was having a pig house party. All the pigs were in the house.
Holy cow.
She could open cabinets. Also another thing with pigs, they can be litter box trained. People don't realize that.
Yes.
Litter box trained within a couple of days. And she was actually so communicative with us that she was litter box trained in the RV. When we landed in our house in Livermore for that period of time, I put her potty box in her room along with a camera so I could watch her, helicopter pig mom. And she kept flipping her litter box. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you creating this mess? Because I'm having to clean it up. Yeah. So finally one day I heard her like knocking it up and down. So I watched on the camera. She took the litter box, slid it all the way out into the hallway with her nose, turned around, slammed her door. She was done with her litter box. Took the litter box out, put a pet door in the slider. She came in and never had an accident. So they're smart and they communicate with you. You just have to listen. But those are always my funny Pitty stories because she was just a delight. And she is the reason for Pig Love Co. Well. So, yep. So
She's
she
the
was
one.
she's the one that created this to allow me to be able to help Sophia.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well, Maggie, these stories have been phenomenal. Pig Love Co. PIGLUVCO.org. So you guys get on there, follow Miss Sophia, meet Maggie, and become a helpful benefactor towards pigloveco.org. We love you, Maggie. Thank you for doing what you do, and we're very grateful to meet, to know people like you with the courage to rise and thrive. We've had a great time today. We've heard some great stories. We've had a little sadness. We've had a little gladness. And I want to thank you all for tuning in today. And we will see you again the next time on the I Am Power Hour. Y'all come back now. You hear?